Today, let's see how to make super soft no knead bread at home. So let's start by activating the dry yeast. Yeast always need a sweet and warm environment to bloom up. So we are using 1 tablespoon of sugar into 1 cup of warm water, and into which I'm adding 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. And stir well until the sugar and the yeast get dissolved completely, and keep it aside for the yeast to get activated. Now let's measure the flour. We are adding 1 cup of whole wheat flour and 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. 1 cup of flour is approximately 150 grams. And now we are adding 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Now let's combine the wet and the dry ingredients together. And to make less mess while mixing, I'm using the rear end of this wooden spoon. And we are adding a total of 400 milliliters of water. And now our objective is to hydrate the whole flour completely. And at one point we may feel like the dough is very sticky and we may be tempted to add more flour into this, but don't do that. And now we are going to add 1 tablespoon of any vegetable oil. And now our dough is ready for the first proofing. So cover it with a plastic film and keep it aside in a warm environment for 6 hours. I usually used to keep this in the oven light. And after 6 hours, the dough has almost tripled in size. And now all we have to do is to degas the dough and to pull and stretch the dough from the sides of the bowl. And to give a little shape to the dough, I'm folding it over 2 to 3 times. And now our dough is ready to get transferred into a baking vessel. I like the smell and flavor of toasted sesame seeds, and have some white and black sesame seeds with me, so I'm sprinkling some over the bread dough. And now our dough is ready for the second proofing, so I'm wrapping it with a plastic film, and after 1 hour it has almost doubled in size, and now it's ready for baking. So bake at 400 Fahrenheit on a preheated oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And after baking, we'll get a beautifully caramelized golden brown crusted loaf of bread. And now I'm going to smear butter over the bread to make the crust more soft. And now we have to wait for the bread to cool down completely, because this cooling down process is still the part of the cooking process, because the steam which is trapped inside the bread will help the bread to cook completely. Now the bread has cooled down completely, and you can see how soft and moistened our bread is. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will try this recipe, and I'm sure your whole family would love this recipe. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel for more recipes.